I just got back from my very first trip to Costco and I am completely exhausted. That store is huge. Why did no one warn me? It's absolutely huge and I was completely overwhelmed. But let me get the groceries, well, let me get my coat off and then I'll show you what I picked up. I'll be right back. Now here's the other thing. I spent almost $200 and I'm hard pressed to tell you what I bought. I did go with 3 things in mind that I needed. I needed some Kleenex, which I got. I needed some bread, which I got, and I wanted to get some oatmeal. I was watching Her Healthy Home where she had got this extra thick oatmeal from Costco. It was in 2-pound bags and I thought, well, let me try that. So I wanted to go to Costco and get the oatmeal, some Kleenex, and some bread. And if I could find them, I also wanted some pot pies, which I did not find. I'll tell you about that in a minute. But while I was there, as I said, I did find the Kleenex, and the hubby went with me too. And my niece has the Costco card, so I went with her family because I'm trying to decide whether or not I want to have a Costco card of my own. And I think I'm going to have to go a few times before I make that decision, because today probably is not a good example, because I was just like helter-skelter in the store. So here's, oh, and then when we walked in the store, the first thing we saw when we walked in, they had this huge electronic display of stuff. And my husband was like, ooh. I just grabbed him by the arm and I said, no, you don't. Because I'm like, we are not stopping there. Because you know, all those little electric goodies that just make men's eyes light up. So we got some Kleenex, and these are the cube boxes. It's the Kleenex Ultra Soft, and my husband prefers the little cube boxes. I like the regular size one, but since he was with me and I told him to go and get the Kleenex, this is what he grabbed. So we have these Kleenexes here, and typically I will buy 4 boxes at a time in my Grove Collaborative order, so I won't need to put those on the order next time because we've got these Kleenexes here, so there's that. And then they also have these Vanity Fair casual everyday napkins. And these are the kind of napkins that I like. Let me show you what they look like. They're kind of like very nice dinner napkins, only they're like the luncheon or everyday size. They did have the dinner size, but I don't need those for every day. So I got this, and there are 660 napkins in here. They're like individual little packs. Like, yeah, there's like 6 packs in here. So these are the napkins that I like, so I'm glad I got those. And then bread was kind of interesting. Most of the bread came in like 2 loaf packs, but for the brown berry, you could pick the bread, you could take your choice and then get 2 loaves for the price of whatever the price of 2 was. So I got the brown berry oat nut, which I really like. It has such a nice hearty flavor. And then also the brown berry 12 grain. And this is what I wanted when I had my Kroger grocery order the last time, and they evidently were out. So I got 2 loaves of bread, which we also needed. So there's that. And then the other thing I wanted to pick up was the oatmeal. Let me show you what I got. Okay, so the other thing that I really wanted to pick up out of the like 4 things on my list was oatmeal. And like I said earlier, I wanted that extra thick oatmeal in the 2-pound bags that I saw Kadiga at Her Healthy Home buy. Well, I couldn't find that at this Costco, but I did find this huge box, these 2 5-pound bags of oatmeal in these old-fashioned rolled oats. And one of the things I plan to start doing is making those overnight oats so that the oatmeal is ready in the morning when we get up. And so my husband said, okay, that's good to get if you're going to make it. So I said, I'm going to make that. So we'll see how that goes. And I remember Darcy at Organized by Darcy had bought some oatmeal like this. So I thought, well, I'll give this a try. And I do like the old-fashioned rolled oats. So I got this big box here. Don't ask me how much stuff costs because I don't even remember. I'd have to get the sales slip out to tell you. And then as we were kind of walking all around, the hubby spotted this box, and he uses those packets of instant oatmeal quite a bit. And this one has like the apples and cinnamon, the maple and brown sugar, and then the cinnamon and spice. And so he likes these real super quick microwave ones that he can just make on his own. So when I get ready to do the overnight oatmeal, I'll use this. And I can also use it for meatloaf and cookies and other things like that, other baking needs. And then he'll use these for breakfasts when he's making his own. And then one of the other cereals that we like a lot is the Raisin Bran Crunch. And I don't like soggy cereal, so I only get the Raisin Bran Crunch or the Vanilla Almond Raisin Bran Crunch. They didn't have the Vanilla Almond, but they did have this. And it comes in 2 boxes of the Raisin Bran Crunch. And so I thought, well, that's a good deal. We go through this quite a bit, so I picked this up. And then I also picked up some granola, and I like the Quaker Oat granola, and I thought this looked pretty good, and I thought I'd give it a try. It is the simple, and it's just called Simply Granola. And you got 2 bags for the price, and I think they were like maybe $8 for these 2 bags. They come like that, and you could just pour it in a bowl and eat it with milk, or I can sprinkle it on top of yogurt, which I really like to do as well. So there's this. And then the other kind of snacky, cereal-y kind of thing I got was this. And it is the Heavenly Humps Organic Oatmeal Dark Chocolate Bars. Now, I used to buy the Quaker Oat Soft Oatmeal Breakfast Bars, and you really can't find them anymore, but they were like a big, giant breakfast cookie. And so he said, hey, those look like those bars we used to get. So he wanted to get these to give it a try. And I'm thinking this was about $6 for this particular bag as well. So we'll see how it works. So I'll let you know. So I've got a few other things over there. Let me move these out of the way, and then I'll show you those. Now, I just realized something really, really funny. Let me show you what I'm talking about. So, I found this bag of snacks. It is the Off the Eaten Path Snacks for the Curious. And these are Veggie Crisps. And they have rice, peas, black beans made with rice and real vegetables. So, they look like those little, they're about this big around. And they just look like little Veggie Crisps. And I remember the hubby was looking at something. He says, hey, let's try these. They look like they're healthy. And when I take a look at the back, it says there's 20 servings in here, and one serving size is about 15 pieces at 130 calories. So that's not too bad. That's probably about 3 points on Weight Watchers. So I thought, okay, not too bad. But the funny thing is this. So I really didn't pay much attention to what it was that he threw in the cart. So later on, I was shopping and I thought, oh, those look pretty good. Let me try those. It's the exact same thing he put in the cart. So now we've got 2 bags of these Veggie Crisps. So I'm really looking forward to seeing how they taste. And then I also picked up these plums. It is the Sun Sweet Plums, and I really like plums. They're pitted. But I thought it'd be nice to kind of make some different desserts with them, or just to eat them for snacks. So got some of those. So when I'm getting a sweet tooth, I can always grab a plum. And then hubby really likes mixed nuts, so he grabbed this bottle of, or jar of mixed nuts. So we'll have that to snack on. Because if you remember, I told you in my monthly grocery haul how he was kind of wandering around the house looking for snacks, just like a little baby looking for snacks. So we really picked up the snacks today. And so I got this box, this variety snack box, and it has a bunch of different things in it that he likes. Trail mix and peanuts and cashews and all of that. So there's 51 little treats in here. And I think this box was about $30 maybe. So more snacks. And then I wanted to try these crackers. These are almond flour crackers, and they also have sea salt on them. And we've been eating a lot of soup and chili. I mean, it's been really cold here. So we've been eating lots of soup and chili and just going through the Ritz crackers, and I like saltine crackers, but I thought, well, let's try something different. So got this almond flour crackers, and we'll see how good they are. So I'll let you know about that. we got that's not down here is there was this huge pack of like Sharpies that he saw and grabbed right away. They had a whole little like office section with pens, different kinds of pens and markers and things like that, and he's always using Sharpies, so he got a big container of that, and he's already taken it upstairs and he's in his studio doing something with them, so I don't have them to show. But something that caught my eye was this box of organic sliced mushrooms, and I've been using quite a few mushrooms lately in the meals that I've been preparing. And when I don't have fresh, I also didn't have any canned ones. I just had that one container of dried mushrooms and they're about gone. So I thought, well, I'll pick up these little cans of organic sliced mushrooms and we'll see how that works out. So I got those, and I'll be using those in many of the dishes that I'm going to be preparing. And then I needed a Peppermill. I broke the last, well, I shouldn't say I broke it. Hubby dropped it, so it broke the Peppermill. So I needed another Peppermill, and I've been a couple different places looking for them and didn't quite find one. So they have this one. It is a black pepper, whole black peppercorns, and then also the grinder with the refill. And I've also got my own bottle of black peppercorns in the pantry, so this will work out just fine. So I'm looking forward to using this because I love to use cracked black pepper, freshly ground cracked black pepper when I'm cooking, when I'm grilling steaks, and when I'm making soup. So now I'll be able to do that again. The last couple times I used my peppercorns, I put them in my mortar and pestle and had to like grind and grind and grind and grind. I don't want to have to do that. Not if I don't have to. So, got this. And then they've got this huge jar of Better Than Bouillon chicken base, and so I love to use it. This was like $6.99 for this huge jar, but I grabbed that. This is something that I'm always using. And then he spotted this. It is a mixed nut butter, and it has seeds in it as well. The seeds are kind of ground up. It just looked very interesting. It's got roasted almonds and cashews ground into a delicious butter, along with blended pumpkin seeds, chia seeds, and flax seeds. So I'm looking forward to trying this out. And then I got these jars of sliced peaches, and I like getting the peaches in the jar because then I have the jars left over that I can use for something else, because you know right now mason jars are at a premium, but I like, it has just the right amount of peaches in it for a couple of things that I do. So I got this particular item as well. And one other prep that I did need was butter, and they had this butter in a 4-pack bundle, and I thought the price was pretty good. It was about $8 for this 4-pack of butter, which is pretty good since I usually get the Land O'Lakes and that kind of thing, and it's usually $3 or $4 for a carton of butter. So I was real pleased to see this way. I've not tried this brand before, but we'll see. Now let me tell you my thoughts about my shopping trip in general. First of all, like I said earlier, I was completely overwhelmed. I've never been in a store, a grocery store, so to speak, that large before. I mean, they had everything in it. And the groceries weren't in the front. Up in the front were electronics, and then there was clothing, and there was furniture, and just all kinds of stuff that was in there. I didn't know where to look. And with it being my first time in there, I didn't know how to find things, and there were a couple times I asked people where were things, and the directions that they gave me didn't fit. Like I was looking for a particular, like I said, well, where are the Swiffer mops? Well, I was told by 2 different people where to go and couldn't find them over there. And then I asked this one person, and she was like, Swiffer. I'm like, okay, it was obvious. She didn't even know what a Swiffer mop was. She was one of those ladies passing out the samples. So I'm like, well, okay, well, thank you very much. And I just thought, I'll just have to order it on Amazon because I certainly couldn't find what I was looking for in that regards there. I was also looking for the pot pies. And so the guy over in the produce section took me over to the deli. And they had a beautiful chicken pot pie in the deli case. It was about this big around. I mean a good, I don't know, 15, 20 inches wide. $19.99, but you had to take it home and bake it. And it was like for a family size pot pie. I was looking for the little individual frozen pot pies that I could just put in the freezer and then take out for lunches or something like that. So if I need a huge pot pie to serve a family, I know where to find it, because I'm telling you what, that pot pie looked amazing. And their meat cases, they just had so many neat looking things in their meat case. And looking at the deli, and then at where they had the frozen meats and all that. I didn't need any frozen meats today, so I didn't like tempt myself by taking too much time looking there. But they looked pretty doggone interesting. And some of the prices I thought were a little bit expensive. They looked like they might be a little bit more than what I typically find at Kroger. I don't know, it's kind of hard to tell. But they did have large quantities of almost everything. I saw some really large bottles of honey, but I didn't need any honey today. And they had sugar by what looks like 25 and 50-pound bags of sugar, if not larger. So there was just so much stuff. So I'm glad we just kind of said, okay, let's just go, because we had more than what we went for. Certainly everything that we got are things that we can use, but probably got a little bit too much in certain categories, if you know what I mean. I probably got too much, like the granola, the snacky things and all that kind of thing. So we'll see. But that being said, I won't have to pick up those things on my next monthly grocery order, because I've got some of those things now. I definitely would not go in there without a list and then try to find where the foodstuffs are that you're looking for first, and then start just kind of wandering around the store. You might want to check out my last monthly grocery haul that I got from Kroger, because that's where I got my typical staples and things that I needed as well. And if you're interested in building a 3-month food supply and starting your prepper pantry, click here. In the meantime, this is Denise Jordan saying, you are not done yet. Click on the link in the comment section below and check out my video on my prepper pantry, building a 3-month food supply, and I will see you next time.